in a world overrun with the fake, delusional, and disingenuous. He stands as a beacon of truth. He is Abuki Cabal. You are listening to Abuki Cabal.
Welcome to the Abuki Cabal Show.
What's going on, everybody? This is going to be, well, before I get into that, I want to thank everybody for enjoying the show and supporting the show. And this one is going to be a start of I think a 3-part series. I think I'm going to do. It may have some more parts as time goes on, but I think it's going to be three parts for now that I can see. Some of this has probably been gone on over before. I know I've already done a show on the Goldman Sachs announcement when it was first put forth, but I'm going to take a look at it like, I don't know how many months it's been, but they're really pushing it now on Twitter and Facebook and, pretty much everywhere. And I just find it interesting, the words that are being used to promote this program / agenda. But let me first, thank everybody for sharing, and subscribing. If you could please continue to hit the like button. It doesn't take anything, doesn't cost anything to hit the like button. As many people who view it, I think you should, at least, do me the honor of hitting the like button to make the numbers reflect the number of views. And help me out with the all-seeing eye that is the algorithm. So I guess we're going to go ahead and get into this. Like I said, I found it intriguing, some of the wording that's being used, just a second, this ad that I found on Twitter. It says 1 million Black women aims to address the dual disproportionate gender and racial biases Black women have endured for generations while creating transformational economic growth. We're listening to Black women so we can put $10 billion to work exactly where it's needed. Help us create real and lasting change for Black women in America. Okay. Now with that one, I kind of take issue with that because I just, our Black women are always characterized as being victims and being in a lesser position in the Black community. Usually it's because of the old color purple trope that I guess we as Black men are all Mr. So Black men are supposed to be the leaders of the Black community, not Black women. So there have been proposals in the past, going all the way back to the Moynihan report. I did not want to start with the Moynihan report. Maybe that's a bad decision. Maybe I should have started with that and ended with this. But it gives the impression that Black men don't know where this money needs to go. Black men don't need any support as far as education or business investment capital, or anything for that matter. Yet, like I said, the Moynihan report said in 1965 that that's where the money should be invested. So ever since 1965, and that wasn't the only report that reflected that there should be some investment in Black men and boys in order to better the community as a whole by bolstering the family unit. Okay. So with this, Black women are being elevated farther and farther ahead of Black men, and making Black men a less viable mate for them. They are looking for a mate that is in excess or equal to what they're making. And this is I fear, creating a greater and greater divide between Black men and Black women. On my Facebook, I've been accused of hating Black women for bringing this type of information to the forefront. But it amazes me that no one is looking at this, because Black women are usually, not usually, almost in every instance, they say, it works that way on both sides. Well, the only thing that seems to work on both sides is if somebody's doing wrong, if somebody's treating somebody wrong. But when it comes down to everybody getting money, it's never both sides. It's only one-sided. When it's ever somebody that's getting some benefit with regard to anything from, the children that are brought forth in our community, the women get the focus. Not the father. The woman has the choice as to whether that child is brought into the world and has the force of the state behind her to ensure that that man will be held responsible for giving her money. Not in providing a stable family unit, but just giving her money. And we see this, you hear on, Kevin Samuel's platform, on, BGS has covered this. The Green Gorilla has covered this. Dr. T. Hassan Johnson has covered this. Art New Style has covered this. So many people, Dr. Ron O'Neal has covered this, how there seems to be a one-sided focus on our community, and it is to the women. But it's based off of a false narrative and perpetuated by the media and by movies. The Color Purple had an immense impact on the way Black men are viewed. And you can see from the time that movie came out to the present day how the same talking points are being put forth every time when a woman says that there's some reason for her not being higher than where she is. It's because of a Black man. And it's always the Mr. trope, as if Black men are just out here backhanding women for not having dinner prepared, or for not providing sex, or being too fat, or whatever the case may be, when we all know that that's not the case. Statistics don't reflect it. And then when the statistics don't reflect it, then we move on to unicorn magic and fantasy statistics about how they're just roving bands of men out here, just basically with their foots on women's backs. And we know that's not the case. Black women are going to get to college at a higher rate than Black men. They have a higher education at a higher rate than Black men. advanced degrees at a higher rate than black men. And it's because they're supported at a higher rate than black men. You know, you have all of these programs, Black Girl Magic, everything is put forth to support black women. Nursing programs, medical programs, management programs, everything that you can think of. Rules are bent in order to ensure that there are larger numbers of black women represented in certain areas. And, I wouldn't have a problem with this if you don't see the effects that a large number of black men are complaining about, is that, once they get the education, once they get the money, it's held over black men's head to make them feel or make them appear to be less than capable or adequate mates. So this type of one-sided funding for programs in our community is detrimental to the survival of our community. And it's all connected. It is all connected. But we're going to go through this piece by piece. I'm going to read this other part, which is, I'm going to show you the entire proposal that they are putting forth on Goldman Sachs website. And we're going to go through it piece by piece. And as a black man, I'd like for you guys to put down in my comments how you feel about the wording of this proposal put forth by Goldman Sachs. Now, I'm going to do a show on My Brother's Keeper and how black women, along with a couple of hundred black men, protested when there was going to be a program put forth by the president to help black men and boys to prevent mass incarceration and to help these black men and boys to obtain degrees, education, to the training and the focus needed to ensure stable abilities to be the head of household and to be fathers, to take care of their kids, to be able to make enough money to take care of their families. Because as we see, the main thing on show after show, the Lapeef Network, I can name a number of shows, Kevin Samuels for the last year, we see time after time, women calling black men broke, even though they're making more than the average income for black men in the United States. But that's not enough for them. They all want over 100,000, for them to be okay with a man. And then once he makes that 100,000, he's still not getting what he should get as a man. There's no submission. There is no mutual respect. There's the questioning of his every decision, his every move. The woman gets to decide whether he gets sex in the relationship, whether he is worthy of getting a meal in the relationship, whether any of the things that you would expect a man would get married in order to not have to beg for as a single man. We have to continue to show that we are worthy. And the reason why I showed the queen in this, with the chess piece there, is because in essence, this $10 billion is going to make us all have to further bend the knee to these women who are going to be elevated above us in every sense, in jobs, you know, in their ability to make money. They are already seen by Goldman Sachs and, you know, these other financial bodies as the head of the Black family. And I just want to know what you guys feel about that. I mean, but let's move on. Let's look at the evidence and how they feel, because it's in their own words. Okay. There's this other part of the ad campaign, and it's the opportunity, the breadwinners, the essential workers, the caregivers, the mothers, the entrepreneurs. Black women are foundational to their family communities and the U.S. economy, yet they face immense challenges such as being under-resourced, underpaid, and underfunded. With a 20-year history of investing in Black communities, we've seen firsthand how access to capital and tools for Black women and their communities can help level the playing field. 1 million Black women will focus on increasing opportunity at key moments in Black women's lives, where investment could make all the difference. Okay, if you took Black women out of that and you put Black men in that, don't you think that there are key points in Black boys' lives that funding and attention and programs could change a lot of what's going on out here? You know, we've got people out here. I mean, what comes to mind is young Dolph being killed here within the last week. You know, murdered while going to get cookies for his mom. Okay. You got other boys out here. You got, you know, out here in environments that are not necessarily as safe as they were even back in the 90s. You know, you have people out here who are, you look at the reading level for most Black boys, it's under the national average. You know, there's all this focus on Black women, but not Black boys. And Black women are acknowledging that, hey, we are broke. We are not good enough. The standard is another man who is making, you know, tons of money, but it goes even deeper than that. Look at Will Smith. Will Smith makes millions and he still has no respect in his household. And he's not the only one. There are others out here that have the same issues. The same issues. And you guys know that I'm not lying about this. There are no lies being told. But let's get into this. You know, well, I'm gonna, you know, go into this a little bit more. Okay. You know, when they say the opportunity to breadwinners, the essential workers. Okay. So only women are the breadwinners in the Black community. Only Black women are the essential workers who have been working in this pandemic, who've been taking care of these people who have been sick and who have been transporting much needed supplies and taking care of logistical problems throughout the country during this time. Black women are the only caregivers. You know, yes, they are the mothers. Are Black women the only entrepreneurs or the only people who in our community who want to be entrepreneurs? Who need entrepreneurial training? Is that what we're meant to believe? I don't think that's true. But again, please, I want you guys to, please, hit this one up in my comments, because I know that the women are going to be coming over. If you look at my first show on Goldman Sachs, the women came in, the Black women came in hard on me, trying to basically tell me that I was too sensitive. And I'm sure there was some brothers that came in there too that basically, said that I was complaining. There's always, brothers that come in too with their moist antics that want to characterize Black men who are concerned about what's going on in their communities and want to be leaders in their communities. And they basically try to shush us and silence us when we try to take our rightful place as leaders of our families and leaders in our community. You don't see this phenomenon in white communities. You don't see it in Asian communities. You don't see this in Indian communities. You don't see it in African communities. I've had this discussion with a friend of mine from Kenya. No, this doesn't happen over there, you know, but for some reason it's over here. And the same poisonous, venomous tactic is infecting African women on the continent as well. I mean, they're doing some of the same things. You're starting to see some of the same activity and the same mannerisms that are happening here in American women, in the women over there. You look at their beauty choices. You look at, the weave. You look at the makeup. You look at all of the things, all of the cultural things that are happening over here, and it's being just absorbed over there. And the men over there don't like it. Don't like it, because what it's going to do is it's going to destroy their communities. And like I said, it's all connected. The next thing that I'm going to cover is going to discuss that aspect of it. But let's move on to the actual ad campaign itself. Okay. 1 million Black women in Goldman Sachs. Get a glass and a little drink of water here.
You are listening to Abuki Cabal, the analytical savage.
Okay, here we go. $10 billion direct investment capital. Okay, in a partnership with Black women-led organizations and other partners, our new investment initiative, 1 million Black women will commit $10 billion in direct investment capital and $100 million in philanthropic support to address the dual disproportionate gender and racial biases that Black women have faced for generations, which have only been exacerbated by the pandemic. So Black men haven't suffered under the same, concerning points that caused them to invest $10 billion. Wow. 1 million Black women will comprise investments focused on key moments in Black women's lives from early childhood through retirement. These investment areas include healthcare, education, housing, small businesses, all aimed at narrowing opportunity gaps and positively impacting the lives of at least 1 million Black women. Most importantly, the investment will be grounded in the stories, voices, and experiences of Black women. Together with leading organizations representing Black women, Goldman Sachs is launching with a series of listening sessions to solicit input from across the country on the investments, companies, resources, and programs that can be most impactful in serving Black women and transforming communities. Okay? Black men, listen to me very closely. Wherever these listening sessions are going to be, we need to be there. We need to be there. And we need to have a say in where this money is being invested. Yeah. Because we are all being looked upon as boys, almost like in the Jim Crow era. As you got older, you never became a man. It was boy, it was, junior, uncle, but you never became a man. Uncle was the highest you got. So in order for you to get anything, you're going to be forced to basically go and beg your woman for it. And all you have to do is just listen. That's not really working out very well nowadays, because there's very little to no compassion for a man that doesn't have anything, who hasn't made his way in the world, and as it should be. Okay, let's move on to the next section, the opportunity. Okay. I think I already read this one, but breadwinners, essential workers, caregivers, mothers, entrepreneurs, Black women are foundational to their families, communities, and the U.S. economy, yet they face immense challenges such as being under-resourced, underpaid, and underfunded. With a 20-year history of investing in Black communities, we've seen firsthand how access to capital and tools for Black women and their community can help level the playing field. 1 million Black women will focus on increasing opportunities at key moments in Black women's lives where investment could make all the difference. Okay. Goldman Sachs research has shown one of the fastest ways to accelerate change and effectively begin to address the racial wealth gap is to listen to and invest in Black women. Reducing the earnings gap for Black women has the potential to create 1.2 to 1.7 million U.S. jobs and to increase the annual U.S. GDP by 300 to 450 billion in current dollars. Imagine Black women closing the 90% wealth gap their households face compared to white households. Imagine Black women's wages on par with those of white women, currently 15% higher, or white men that are 35% higher. Imagine Black women entrepreneurs receiving more than 0.3% of venture capital funding. Imagine that. Imagine what we're getting right now with them, with Black women making as much as they're making now. As successful as they are now, imagine them getting more. Goldman Sachs thinks that they're gonna treat families better. They're gonna treat Black men better. It's gonna strengthen Black families. What do you guys think? Investment strategy. The first of its kind comprehensive investment in Black women will be done through direct investing and grants which emphasize financial health and digital connectivity across impact areas. Initial investments are underway through a variety of strategic channels. Healthcare. Increasing access to affordable quality healthcare by financing federally qualified healthcare centers, hospital partnerships, and innovations in telehealth. Housing. Financing the creation and preservation of quality, affordable housing. Job creation. A workforce advancement, financing workforce development and companies that provide upskilling and enables career advancement and higher wages. Digital connectivity, increasing access to affordable internet access and closing the digital divide. Education, increasing access to affordable early childhood education and quality K through 12 programs, as well as increasing access to secondary or vocational training. Financial health, improving financial health, including innovations in financial education, access to capital, increasing access to capital for Black women entrepreneurs. Here we go. We are listening. We are here to listen, learn, and invest. We want to hear what you think are the best investment opportunities for making an impact in serving Black women and transforming opportunities across the country. Tell us about the programs, companies, and resources where investment can help create real and lasting change. Featured partners in investment. 1 million Black women echoing green follows. Echoing green and Goldman Sachs, 1 million Black women are partnering to accelerate the impact of Black women who are boldly advancing solutions to address racial and gender equality in housing, education, healthcare, digital connectivity, access to capital, workforce development, and financial literacy. So I'm wondering if they say, if they keep these words, we have to really pay attention to these words. Okay? Because that word gender is the word that they put into the Civil Rights Bill that allowed white women to gain access to money that was for Black people. Okay? And that word gender is going to allow access to LGBT, Q, XYZ, white women as well may be able to backdoor some of this. We have to think about that. I want you guys to keep that in mind and look at the historical ramifications and precedent for what we're witnessing right now. Okay. First round of capital, investments, and philanthropic grants. Goldman Sachs announced the initial 1 million Black Women Foundation grant, capital investments, and philanthropic grants. Okay. All right. And here are the people. This historic investment will be led by Black women, advised by Black women, partnered with Black women, and most importantly, center Black women with the ultimate goal of radically transforming the future of Black women and the community overall. But you guys, look at these faces. Look at these faces. Okay, we got a few Black men sprinkled in here, but I mean, do you really think that? I mean, me personally, okay, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, but I personally believe that they're not gonna have very much say so in how this goes. Okay, and if you look at some of the faces in here, they tend to look like they may be in the other gender explosive community. Okay, there you go. Bill Bynum, CEO of Hope Enterprises Corporation and Hope Credit Union. You got Aisha Curry. You got Steph Curry. Wow. Okay. Let's see who else we got here. Y'all can read the women here, but let's see who else we've got. Okay, we got Mark H. Morale, president of National Urban League. Okay. Got Issa Rae on here. Okay. We got Condoleezza Rice. Okay. Got the Dean of Morehouse College here. We've got Darren Walker, president of the Ford Foundation. Got a few HBCUs in here, but as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 men here. And don't think that they're not in here for reasons. Okay? Listening to Black women. Okay, so there's the whole site. I will add this to the add a link to the video so that you guys can, go ahead and read that yourself and, look at some of the other presentations that they put forth. That's supposed to help our community. So, my biggest issue with this is we're always accused of not being leaders, of not stepping forth and taking a leadership position and not protecting our women and not being in our natural role as providers and all of that. You can go through all of the talking points that we hear over and over and over again And I don't know. You guys let me know. Does it make sense to you? And again, remember, it's all connected, y'all. It's all connected.
You are listening to Abuki Cabal, the analytical savage.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Donate to the channel if you like.